when I am playing Goblet, the last thing I want to play against is Mortar and Expo. You know, those siege units are really a struggle to deal with.
Yeah, and I was actually just going to say, if we were going to gush about the balance team, I think they did such a great job with the rework of Goblet, a card that was basically dead and now has found itself incredibly competitively viable. And we see a Valkyrie plus Vines at the bridge to try to clean everything up. Does a pretty dang good job of it, too.
Okay, Guard does get some early damage here in this matchup, but what Graveyard is all about is just defending, waiting for that correct moment to get the counter push and go all in with the Graveyard, the poison, everything.
Now, I don't think this is a lost matchup by any means. One great part of it is that you have the Cannon Cart to do some great damage up at the river, but you have the Goblinstein to kind of set the line against a Graveyard. But Juicy, when you talk about matchup, do you think that this is still in favor of Graveyard just because of Cannoneer and Vines and all that?
Yeah, and then with the Miner, we're not going to be seeing Lightning either. So this Evo Witch is going to be an absolute menace, not only on defense, but on offense. And here comes the Graveyard, Andrew.
Yep, first Graveyard in. There's the Miner coming out defensively, poising to get on top of that Goblin Stein Doctor, not the monster.
Witch, once again, just healing herself.
Yeah.
Blocking the Mortar with the Valk. Witch does go in front. Will the Cannoneer lock onto the Witch? It does not. On the Skeletons, it's getting distracted.
Wow.
This Witch is a threat.
And now it's going to get on top of the Berserker, and then it gets on top of the Valkyrie.
Wow.
This Witch is still alive, and Frontier Guard having to spend an arm and a leg to defend.
And he finally gets it down, but now he's just down so much elixir. The Graveyard comes through, and the ability does defend. Kind of a nice gain in the other lane to kind of like force out some elixir.
Yeah, that way you're not able to drop the poison on top of, the Goblin Doctor once again.
Well done from Frontier Guard. Once again, it seems like his playstyle is about aggression.
Yep, and that was a great way of recognizing what would I do if I was in his shoes. I would poison out again, let me get aggressive, let me pull some elixir to the opposite lane.
But still, it's sub up in the damage lead. And in Triple Elixir, it's only going to get more difficult for Guard here. Graveyard is known to thrive in the Triple Elixir overtime.
Goblin Gang plus Miner. Witch going to come out to clean things up. 2 Witches on the board. A lot of Skeletons to gain health from. That's a pretty decent poison at the bridge. Doesn't even need to do it. The Witch stays alive so long, and this Goblin Hut does great work against that Goblinstein.
Evo Valk at the bridge. Evo Witch at the bridge. So the next card will be a Graveyard.
This is a scary
And after that, a poison.
Juicy's calling it right now. There's the Graveyard. He got it. There's the Vines coming in. Doesn't even need the poison.
Wow.
The Skellies take out the Doctor, and that's going to do it. 2 up, 2 down. 4th place in 2024. He's back.